What's up, y'all? I'm Jordy, and today I'm going to be using the strongest attacker in this entire game, Mega Heracross. Mega Heracross has the highest base attack of like almost any Pokemon with 185. It does get beat out by some things if you factor in ability, but that's the highest raw attack stat you can have. On top of that, Mega Heracross has the ability Skill Link. So when you're Mega Evolved, Rock Blast and Pin Missile will always hit the maximum number of times, making all of these moves insanely strong. Like, Mega Starmie with huge power might technically be stronger, but it's not using 120 and 125 base power moves now, is it? The rest of this team mostly supports that. We've got Gliscor as a very interesting Tailwind setter. This thing with ground and flying coverage can threaten a lot of popular Pokemon in the meta, which is very cool. We've got Palafin, Sinistcha, and Incineroar, sort of as a little support / Fire, Water, Grass core. Incineroar's Fake Out and Intimidate can make Heracross able to get hits off and survive longer. Sinistcha keep you very healthy. Heracross has pretty good bulk, despite its bad typing. And Palafin kind of another form of sweeping. Since you're going to be pivoting a lot anyway with the Incin and Sinistcha, it's a good mon to have. It's basically a second Mega, almost as strong as Heracross. And then finally, we've got this Prankster Sableye over here with Rain Dance, which supports Palafin and helps against Heracross's fire weaknesses. You can really take some fire moves if you put Rain up. And also Fake Out and Encore just to make life difficult for your opponent. Anyway, here's the stats for this rental code created by my friend Darth. I'm going to use slightly different stats in the matches. I can show you those at the end of the video. I'm also using Life Dew, Sinistcha, and I'm using Moxie on base Heracross. I don't think the ability really matters on base Heracross. You can pick whichever one you like. I think it's more likely that I'm going to be able to pick up a KO before I Mega Evolve than I am to get statused. But if you get burned and you just stay as Guts, that's a lot better. So, I don't know. Whatever you like best. Anyway, let's jump into it. Okay, it's Floette with Talonflame, Garchomp, Kingambit, Basculegion, and Sneasler. Very, very meta strong team. They want to blast us with fairy moves, and we have no fairy resistances, so they're going to be able to. Our best bet at sweeping with Heracross would be under Trick Room. Kingambit doesn't threaten Heracross too much. So what about Palafin, Incin, Heracross, Sinistcha? Like, we have our own Tailwind, but our mons aren't that fast. Yeah, this is our fastest mon right here. I think these are the right four. I'm not sure about the order. Is it ever Heracross, Incineroar, Fake Out, Blast? No. Don't think that's right, because if they just lead Talonflame, Heracross is done. Talonflame and Floette are big problems for Heracross, so they need to either get gotten rid of. Oh, that's the worst lead we could have seen. Enjoy this free Defiant boost, I guess. Alright, this is probably a position where I want Heracross on the field. I didn't see White Herb activate, but it did. Okay, I missed it. White Herb did activate there. So yeah, I'm going to go into Heracross and Fake Out the Kingambit. If they Fake Out my Incineroar, I at least stop the Sneasler from doing anything to Heracross this turn. Okay, the Sneasler isn't killing Heracross right now. The Kingambit is resisted. Good. I'm going to Mega Evolve and rip the nastiest close combat possible into King Gambit and bring out the Teacup. This will heal us well above where we need to be to take these hits, I would think. I guess if they're fast King Gambit, we are slowing ourselves down. But the extra bulk will be nice. So yeah, I think Dire Claw plus Iron Head, if they're faster, might be an issue. They go for Sucker Punch, that's not going to be too bad. With our extra bulk and healing, we're about where we were. They do Dire Claw, but we can take it. Yeah, that's not saving you, dog. That's for weaker fighting moves. Bye-bye! Alright, they have the option to reposition now, which could make Sinistcha's Trick Room harder to pull off. We'll see what they go with. I might be pulling Heracross out. If it's Talonflame... Does the Trick Room help me if I lose Heracross? My biggest fear is they double Sinistcha. We have Mental Herb, so Taunt won't stop us. I'm going to make a really risky call here. I'm going to Rock Blast the... Yeah, I'm going to Rock Blast Talonflame. And I'm going to set Trick Room. I could Rage Powder. But I think I would rather have the speed control and potentially risk Heracross here. Okay, they take out Heracross. But they're not going to be able to take out the Teacup, so we're going to get Trick Room up. Unless, I guess there's like an 11% chance we don't. Yeah, here's Trick Room. Sorry, Heracross, but it was a worthwhile sacrifice. Alright, Palafin Suite time. And they have in the back... Floette, definitely. That's not going to want to swap in on anything. Have they lowered their defenses? No, so I probably need Wave Crash to take that out. So I will. And I'll bring in Incineroar. This will lower Talonflame's attack. This will let me use Hospitality later. They still have the priority on Gale Wings. So like, yeah, that'll hit. But they're not protecting, so goodbye Sneasler. Excellent. I could use my Fake Out turn, I could double attack, I could heal up with Sinistcha. I think I'm just gonna go Jet Punch Talon, Fake Out Floette right now. Yeah, Floette's gonna protect. Talonflame might not have the option. Yeah. Your Gale Wings Acrobatics is the last thing to move right now. We've got all this priority for you. Okay, that's super solid. Incineroar has to be slower. Yeah. So Wave Crash plus Parting Shot into Sinistcha is probably fine. I guess my biggest fear is they underslow Palafin. But then the -1 special attack and the healing on Palafin, we probably can take a hit anyway. We're quite bulky. But I think we need the -1 and the healing to do it, because... I mean, if it's Light of Ruin, they just hurt themselves too much and they can't finish the game without their help. Yeah, they're done. Awesome. Good job, Heracross. You showed you are the crazy strong fighting type you are, and then you went down. But we still got the dub. GG. Okay, Primarina, not Primarina, Milotic, the other thing. That's the one that's scary if you intimidate it. Gardevoir looks like they're Mega, but they could have Mega Scizor. Dragonite, Sneasler, and Rockonite. So Heracross not looking too bad. It depends on if the Dragonite has a flying move. They either do or they don't. Arcanine's kind of scary, I guess. They could have Tailwind and Trick Room, actually, with Dragonite and Gardevoir. I would think overall they got Fast Mons and Slow Mons, so it's going to be hard to do anything if we don't just Tailwind. So I'm leaning Tailwind. Plus we can threaten the Arcanine pretty well there. Palafin, Sinistcha. I think we need Sinistcha in the back for the Milotic, though it's not great into most of the team. So I think it's Heracross, Palafin, Sinistcha. Or do I bring Incineroar anyway? I don't think I bring Incineroar anyway. I could also play Sableye Fake Out games on lead, but I think this is fine. We'll lead Tailwind, but we can pivot to Trick Room if we need to. Okay. Milotic and Sneasler. Alright, so Incin was not a good lead, so we didn't lead it. Perfect. Getting into Sinistcha on the Palafin seems fine. I think I'm happy to just protect here. Do I bring in Heracross? Would that ever be okay? Yeah, I think so. Because it would be Fake Out. You expect Palafin to leave. I could see it even being a double into Gliscor. Fake Out Icy Wind, maybe? Fake Out Scald. And plus, since I still have Sinistcha in the back, if I take a hit, I can heal it off. Fake Out into Gliscor, cool. Show me you doubled that slot. Icy Wind is okay. So we're going to have to pivot to Trick Room. That is not too bad. I think I want to go dual Wing Beat here. We have Yachi Berry anyway. If we can take out Sneasler, that would be sick. And then Pin Missile into the Milotic. Seems like the play. Pin Missile. Pin Missile's 25 in this game, right? So it would be 125 power, so more than close combat, and we don't gotta lower our defenses. I don't think it's perfect accuracy, though. I really should look at the stats of these moves. I think I got that right, though. 25 power, 95 accuracy. Skill Link will blast through. Trust. Well, I guess we're potentially slower than Milotic now. Oh, we got Icy Winded. We're definitely slower. Yeah, Direct Claw's gonna bounce off. Dual Wing Beat. That will not bounce off. You're out of here. Goodbye, Sneasler. Oh, yeah. Even if you were Sash, you're done. I don't know if they were Sash. Icy Wind. No big deal. We got our Yachi Berry. That shouldn't hurt too bad. Oh, yeah, that's fine. That actually did quite a bit to Heracross, though. Oh, come on! Well, as long as we do huge damage here, I'm happy with this turn. Come on, Heracross! Come on! Yes! Oh, snap! Oh, I did not expect that. Yo! This thing's sick! Okay. They do have Arcanine. That's unfortunate. And Scizor. They're not Intimidate. They are not Intimidate. I'm clicking high horsepower into Arcanine. No, I'm not. I don't care about Arcanine. I'm still clicking high horsepower into Arcanine. And then could protect high horsepower here. Because then worst case, they take... It is Mega Scizor here. That makes sense. They didn't bring Gardevoir. So that would be your Mega here. Worst case, what? They Howl Swords Dance? Or Protect Arcanine Swords Dance? Or take out... If they take out Gliscor, that's not too bad. Head Smash misses. Okay. And they do Swords Dance. So... I'll give you the Swords Dance. We're gonna take out Arcanine here. Blam. Goodbye. Yeah, missing that Head Smash, they're clearly Rock Head. Would that have KO'd from here? Potentially. They're a strong Pokemon, that's a strong move. We want to get a hit in with Heracross, ideally. I don't know if that's ever going to happen. I guess we could swap in Sinistcha and go for a close combat here. I don't know if that saves us. But if they do take us out, then we have Sinistcha next to Palafin, who can get a couple wave crashes in, and that should do it. Come on, live! Yes! 5%! Not 5%, 5 HP! Whew, some good damage. Alright. Unless you have Brutal Swing, that's over. Yep, GG. Oh. Nice! Nice damage, Heracross. Wow. Crazy. Good game to my opponent. Okay, Kangaskhan, Trick Room with Torkoal. Got it. Taunt might be useful here. Sableye's Rain could be useful, but it's hard to use Sableye when there's a Giraffe. Their best way of getting up Trick Room... They have 3 potential Trick Room setters. And 1 Fake Out, so I think they probably lead Kangaskhan. I think leading Palafin is correct. Having Sableye is correct, but I don't think leading with Sableye is correct. So I think it's these 4. I think I need to be a threat with Incineroar, who can do actually good damage into a lot of their team. I'm going to be bringing Heracross. And I think the Rain Dance is pretty important. And I'm hoping the Incineroar posing a threat can bait them into faking it out, especially because Palafin likes to swap out. And maybe I can sneak in a Taunt. We'll see. Alright, it's the Giraffe, and it's Kangaskhan. And they are scrappy? Yeah. Okay, that's pretty standard. I'm gonna go for the Taunt. I guess if they fake out Palafin, I would like to Throat Chop the Giraffe. Or would I rather Parting Shot out? I think Throat Chop is fine. Alright, they're just going to Mega Evolve their Kangaskhan, so maybe Parting Shot would have been good. I would have been able to come back and Intimidate that now that it's evolved. They do fake out Palafin, wow. And they've got Colbur Berry, that's not unusual. They can't use their sound-based moves, but they get the Trick Room up. God, they really faked out the Palafin. That's crazy. Alright, well, Taunt isn't very useful now. I'm going to swap into Sableye. And I'll Parting Shot out on the Kangaskhan. My biggest fear here is that they bring in Torkoal, so I want Sableye on the field so I can put up Rain. Okay, we block the Psychic, that's nice. Parting Shot to lower Kangaskhan's attack. It's also nice. think I'm happy to bring in Heracross here. Drain Punch, perfect. We resist that. Okay. They can't touch Sableye at all, so I think I can just get a free foul play wherever I like. I think the Giraffe would be ideal. I think I'll just protect for now. Kangaskhan is swapping. Is this Torkoal finally? It's Gallade. Which also shouldn't be able to do much to Sableye, honestly. And Sableye does move before the Giraffe and gets really good damage off. I think I want to do that again and bring in Incineroar. They'll block the Psychic move. They should cover for this and Sacred Sword this slot. I would not be at all surprised if they pull that play. What's your item on Gallade, White Herb? Okay, Incineroar is at risk if they make the call. Foul play goes first, and not quite enough, but almost there. Farigiraf also has foul play. Incineroar takes nothing from that. And they do get the Sacred Sword. Ooh. And we don't take the Farigiraf because we intimidated it again there. Last turn of Trick Room, though. Heracross can go kind of crazy once Trick Room's done. I think I want to leave them both on the field. I want to foul play the Gallade and protect here. So it cost us our Incineroar, but we got out of Trick Room. We can prevent them getting another Trick Room. Foul play does so much to Gallade, wow. Double Psychic moves into Heracross. I think what I'm going to do is foul play the Giraffe. And just go for non-Mega Pin Missile into Gallade. We lose speed when we Mega Evolve. So I don't want to risk Gallade catching up to us. Plus we got Moxie here. I think we can take a Psychic from Giraffe too if they actually go for that. They do. Oh, we only barely take that. Oh boy. Okay. Encore pressure is now a real thing, which is awesome. If it's Kangaskhan Torkoal, they go for a fake out. We can lock them into that next turn. It is. Okay. This turn we Rain Dance and protect from the fake out. Next turn, we Encore Kangaskhan and blow up Torkoal with a massive +1 Mega Boosted Close Combat. Or do we risk Rock Blast? Okay, it is Fake Out. Perfect. Rain. And Earth Power into Sableye. Fine. Close Combat has a good chance to KO, but it's not guaranteed. And we got Palafin anyway. So yeah, I'm perfectly happy to Encore Kangaskhan. Sucker Punch would move first, wouldn't it? So actually, I don't know. It depends. I think we still, if we lock them into Sucker Punch, I think we still get it. 'Cause then we have Palafin, who should be faster. Okay, we're faster with Encore. Nice. So they weren't going for Sucker Punch there. And we connect Rock Blast. That should do it. Bam! Bam! Only took 4. Nice! Heracross, let's go! Woo! That was a tight one, because I do think Sucker Punch could have taken out Heracross there. Did they forfeit? Yeah, let's go! Palafin probably cleans up when they're locked into Sucker Punch, but would have been closer. GG. Alright, Sand. Very, very Sand. Tyranitar, Excadrill, Garchomp, maybe even Sandvale Garchomp. That could be fun to fight. We have Rain Dance, I guess, but they have Primarina, who could take advantage of that. Primarina also walls Heracross' stabs. Corviknight doesn't wall it as much, but if it has a flying move, which it very much might, that could be a problem. So, best bet into Primarina has to be Sinistcha. Intimidate is really solid here. Because, like, they can bounce it back with Corviknight, but that doesn't gain them anything. It just weakens my Flare Blitz, I guess. Do I want Trick Room? Do I want Tailwind? Do I want Gliscor? You know, he not that bad. Being immune to ground, having good defense. Yeah, how about Gliscor Incin with Heracross Sinistcha? We lose, what, 10 speed? Under Tailwind, we'll outspeed everything unless they're like Scarf Chomp. And obviously the Sand Excadrill can be faster than us. Probably would be. Yeah. Good argument to bring Palafin here, I guess. Jet Punch is strong into their Sand core. But I'm going to give Gliscor a shot. You never see that Pokemon. I have badges now. Should I start calling out people for what badges they put on their profile? Do people have badges yet? Or is it still too early? Oh no! Mirror Armor, no! Yeah, we lower Tyranitar's attack, which is awesome. I think I just put up my own Tailwind. I think I want to just put some damage on Corviknight right now. They're going to Mega their Tyranitar. Should be able to take hits from that. Okay. It's very strong. If it has Ice Punch, that could be a problem. Oh, but they just protect. Cool. Yeah, we're not going after you. Are you setting Tailwind of your own? A little under 40%. That's not bad. They just set their own Tailwind. Okay. They have leftovers. It will be hard to ever remove that. Not gonna lie. But I'm happy to high horsepower Tyranitar and click Parting Shot into Tyranitar. Yeah, they swapped the Tyranitar. Cool. Into Sinistcha. Okay, they see Corviknight as their win con. Valid. That's some damage. Oh, they're bulk up Corviknight. Okay. Not gonna lie, I think I played this wrong. I think Sableye to be able to Encore. Maybe Sableye Palafin to put up Rain and punch through with Palafin was the play. Because now I think I need to Matcha burn them. It's unfortunate, but I think I'm kind of going to get wrecked by Bulk Up Corviknight. Because if they have Bulk Up, they probably have Brave Bird. I'm going to dual Wing Beat the Sinistcha. And I'm going to fish for burns. I also don't know the speed on the Corviknight versus our Heracross. Heracross should be faster, so we can get a huge close combat before they Brave Bird us at some point, but if they set up too many defenses, that's not possible. And that's not possible right now, because they could redirect our close combat. Ooh! High horsepower into a dual Wing Beat takes the Sinistcha. That's really good. Well, they have Brave Bird. Alright, they take the recoil. Mega Heracross's base, what, 75 speed? It should be faster. I'm bringing him out. Oh, great. No, don't concern ourselves with Primarina. We high horsepower the Primarina. Should do good damage. And we just rip the nasty close combat into Corviknight. And we just see how much this does against the +1 very, very defensive Pokemon. And with the bulk, maybe we can take a hit from Primarina. You never know. High horsepower does a lot, actually. Boom, we're the fastest. That was not nearly what we needed. Brave Bird. That's gonna be a lot of recoil at least, but not looking great. Very close. Does Hyper Voice take out Gliscor? I think it does. Yep, that's game. Alright, you want to counter Heracross. Corviknight is the way. I did not bring the right mounts. I think this was winnable. They brought Sinistcha Primarina, so they were ready for Palafin, honestly. Preserving Sinistcha for the Primarina, then maybe Palafin could have made it through. They didn't even bring Garchomp or Excadrill, though. So actually Incineroar didn't do anything for us. We could have dropped Incin. Drop Incin, Gliscor, try to go Trick Room with Heracross, but we're faster. Yeah, I don't think it matters. I'm out of here. Good game to my opponent. You picked the better mons. Let's be real. GG. Punk girl Ozzy Duncan. Alright, we're back. Heracross popped off. Thank you very much for making this team, Darth, and thank you for watching. Here's the stats that I was actually using. They're pretty similar to what are on the rental team, but you can do whatever you want because rental teams don't exist in the old way. You have to build it yourself anyway, so whatever you like. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But anyways, I'm Jordy, and alright, peace.